No! Oh! Oh! Oh, I jumped over a shell on accident! It was on accident, but I'm saving it. I'll definitely show that to someone and tell them I did it on purpose. And then when they say that's really cool, I'll be like, nah, just kidding. But it was cool still, right? All right, back to the pack. We're now aiming for top 10, not first place, unless I can get some crazy items. And a lot of drafting. These are the crazy items. I just need the drafting. The drafting is an important step of the process, if you don't mind. There was a speedrun category in Mario Deluxe 8 Deluxe called Blue Yourself. Wait, that's actually really fun. Is the category just like from main menu to using a blue shell on yourself and then like hit the timer when the iframes start? Because if so, that's actually so good. Definitely up there with dank % in most Zelda games. How am I third? Explain yourself, Olaf. Also, how is it that dank % is in so many Zelda games? Why do so many Zelda games have a way to like glitch it to make Link look like he's smoking like something? At what point does Nintendo say, why do we accidentally keep adding glitches that make it look like Link is, you know? I'm kind of excited to see the categories for this this game. I gotta go Moo Moo Meadows. Okay. I want to see the categories for this game because I feel like the open world is definitely going to have one. You know, speedrun to get all open world objectives and what is that? Wait, what? How do you do that? Yoshi, explain. I figured it out. Thank you, Yoshi. For those wondering at home, hold A and B at the same time and then drift. They're going to love you in the lobbies. Just make sure to tell them who sent you. Olaf, you kept me out of third place. This time, I got a bone to pick. Literally, I'm all bone. We're doing all right. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past, all right? You must fight just to keep them alive. Words of wisdom. I'm fighting so hard to keep my dream of being a fireman alive. One day I'm going to space. I don't remember what my first video game was. That's a weird thought. Mario 3 is definitely up there. My uncle gave us, very, very kind, bless his soul, for the work he did on my video game addiction at a young age. Every time he got like a new console, he just gave us his old one. He was like, nah, I mean, like, what am I gonna do? Play these old games? Why don't you take them? I'm like, okay. And then I still have the consoles to this day because, like, I don't know, what am I gonna do? Play these old games? Yeah, duh. It's a different type of brain to just give away your previous console. That or like a great sacrifice in service of me. Either way, he gifted us his NES and like his N64 and like a bunch of other stuff. And I played the heck out of Mario 3. I had like the gamer guide for Mario 3. I knew all the shortcuts and stuff. I knew how to rig the matching game, how to get the coin ship to appear. About 10 different places you could get infinite one-ups. So that, as far as like game memories go, that one might be like the furthest back. No, wait! My grandpa had an Atari, and when I was like even younger maybe, I think I sat on his lap and played like Frogger. They're Frogger, and then there's another game where you jump on crocodiles and swing across the water. And then when you die, it goes da-na-na-na-na, something like that. So if that sounds familiar to anyone, that was the game. I don't know what it's called. It's like Swamp Guy or something. They didn't really name things as crazy as they do now. We weren't in that. The Atari was not made during the era of dang, I can't think of a funny game name. Well, use your imagination. It's probably funnier that way. Technically, a lot of the schooling I did was like how to do data entry stuff and like, what's it called? SQL. See, I don't even remember what it's called because it's so not helpful. But there was some coding. I'm mostly, I would say 70% of what I know about game dev coding is self-taught via the internet, meaning about 120 different people taught me everything I know about game dev. Your first game ever was Super Mario Galaxy? That's a good game. That's a good one. It's definitely a lot more advanced than what I was working with, you know? I had In theory, my first game was either Mario 3, which is like 6 buttons, or Frogger, which is like a stick and a button and a dream. I wasn't looping around planets, for sure. Back of the pack, but I've never been afraid of the back of the pack. We can make it work. It's called bagging. Even if you do it on accident, you just say you're bagging, and everyone says, oh, yeah, what's bagging? And then you explain it, and then they think you're like a genius strategist or something, and then they don't question why you're in the last place to begin with. This is the way. You can't compare yourself to Concerned Ape. It's okay to make a bad text adventure. You have my permission. To all you aspiring game devs, make a bad text adventure. Tell him Pixel Parakeet sent you. I got Daggerheart. I got the book yesterday. I haven't gone through it all yet, but I'm planning to do a Daggerheart campaign with some friends. Me as the GM. I'm really excited to play Daggerheart. I don't know. I've been looking forward to it. It looks really neat. I like that it's kind of rules medium. I know there's like kind of genres of TTRPG where they're rules heavy or rules light. But from what I've heard, Daggerheart kind of ends up somewhere in the middle as a rules medium game. What happened to my screen? Did it go dark for anyone else? Could have been lightning. What? You just saw a headline that a GameStop stapled receipts to the Switch box and the staples punctured the Switch screen. I would be so mad. They would receive a strongly worded letter from me, and I would be asking for a refund, of course, but also like, what are you gonna do? Because like now you can't play the Switch and the pre-orders are gone. Oh my god, they basically were like an entire stock of pre-orders is like just wiped. Oh no. Yeah, the screen is like right at the top. I noticed that when I opened it and I was like, oh, interesting. Be wary. They were using numbers to track them and stapled the stickers to the top. Oh my god. I picked mine up from a GameStop. Thank you, competent GameStop employees, for not ruining my Switch. Can confirm there were no staples through the screen on pickup. Good to know there's a couple good GameStops left out there. Yeah, they probably got fired unless they're like the manager, in which case they probably got like a demotion. They'll never work at a GameStop again. Of that, I'm sure. I'm kind of killing it on this track. I'm not even thinking about it. We're just going. I'm actually like reading comments half the time. That's why I got hip just now. My eyes have been half on the race, half on the comments in Twitch. Hold on, the chat. There you go. It's different. On YouTube, it's comments. Let me go. I'm stuck. All right, well, you know what? It's sad because that was when I stopped looking at chat and started looking at the game. I don't even have the excuse of looking at chat. I literally was watching the game the entire time that happened. Oh, man. No, not the bananas. That is, yeah, the amount of profit just like out the window is insane. Maybe they did get fired even if they're a manager. Maybe they, well, unless they're the CEO and they were doing like a undercover bosses kind of situation. And then like the people in the background of the shot are like, no, don't do that. But they're like too afraid to say anything because they know it's the boss, even though he thinks he's like good at hiding that he's the boss. He's so confident they don't know, but they're like cringing in the background, too afraid to tell their CEO not to staple switches. Dude did definitely not get fired though, if that's the case. Probably fired the guy who forgot to tell him not to staple the switches, if anything. You got yours at 6:30? Walmart's killing it with deliveries. Holy. Wait, it was wait, did you order? I'm sorry. I need the plot. I need more intel. I need the lore on this. Did you please tell me, when you pre-ordered your Switch, did you go to Walmart, get the Switch in your cart, and you're like, oh, cool, it's reserved for 10 minutes, I can take my time to check out, and then you added Pringles and a Coke to your order with the Switch? Like, did you pre-order them all together? Why was there a Pringles and a Coke? Explain yourself. There was a pre-order bonus of a Pringles and a Coke? What? I did see a post about select GameStops doing like, they had like pizza coupons, or like they were giving out like coupons to food. places, you know, like burgers and pizza and stuff, along with the Switch 2 pre-orders. So I guess that's like a common thread for some reason, is they're like, man, everyone's gonna be so hungry when they get the Switch 2 home. They're gonna be like so focused on setting up the Switch, they probably skip breakfast, and that's where we get them. We're gonna give them a free Pringles, a free Coke, and then, yeah, you guessed it, one bite in, they have a crippling Coke and Pringle addiction. And that's where we get them. Because guess who's got the Pringles and the Coke? Pringles and Coke. And guess who's got the pizza? Pizza place. All of a sudden, you're paying more on Pringles every month than you're paying for your Nintendo Switch Online membership. That's a sick deal. Was it like a good flavor of Pringles? It was a Coke Zero and Hot Ones Pringle. Oh, wait, what? Orange cream Coke. Hold on, there's a lot of variety going on here. They're sending their best with the Switch 2 pre-orders. Could you elaborate just a little on what you mean by that's the one I ended up with? Did you get to choose? Like, did they? It's so interesting to me. I'm not even like, not zero sarcasm or anything. I'm fascinated by this. Did they send you an email beforehand and were like, hey, we're gonna send you a Pringles and a Coke with your order. Do you have a preference? Like, is that the kind? Was it like an Uber Eats, but it was Walmart with your Switch 2? You like wake up and Walmart texts you, or like you you wake up to a text and it's like, hey, I'm your Uber driver. Your Switch will be there soon. Do you have a preference on flavor of Pringles and Coke? Okay, so you had no say in it. I do like the idea though, that you're like 6:30 in the morning, you like look at your phone, it's buzzing, it woke you up. It's like a number you've never seen before that says, hey, your Switch 2's almost there. This is your Uber. Any preference on Pringles flavor? I'm picking those up for you right now. I wish that was the reality. And then also that I ordered from Walmart. That'd been so sick. And then like allegedly in Minecraft, you get an email that says your order has been delivered, but you go out and there's no order, and then you like see on the tracker that they're like parked somewhere in a parking lot, possibly eating your food and playing the Switch. A classic. I mean, you gotta give it up. Kinda. Maybe you don't have to, but you could give it up to the people bold enough to be doing like Uber Eats and then they just don't give you your food and instead eat it themselves. Like, it's a hard day's work. That's probably like their 50th order of the day. And they're like, all right, order number 50. Nah, I'm like really hungry, man. What am I gonna eat? Should I? Nah, I'll just eat this, you know? I got like one strike. I could afford a few more strikes on my Uber account. I'm 5-star. What are they gonna do? Fire me? I'm doing 49 orders a day, man. I'm their #1 deliverer. I'm learning something about myself. I can't stop looking at chat even if I want to. And also, apparently I'm a half decent driver, half watching the road. Which means I must be a decent driver while watching the road. Look at this. I'm also learning that reading chat is easier in Mario Kart World for some reason than like Super Hot or Monster Hunter. Isn't that weird? This is a racing game. I don't know if that says something about the game itself or me, but look at me now, I'm first place. They didn't give you any free food? Dang, that's tragic. You gotta at least get the pizza coupon. Yeah, hey, Best Buy, I know you're not known for selling food necessarily, but I hear most of the Switch 2 pre-orders are coming with food. And I just wanted to check if that's like if that's gonna be a thing for mine. So what you're saying is that you can go drive while on your phone IRL? A, I would never do that. And I don't, and no one should, okay? B, maybe better than average. But I wouldn't, but if I did, yes, maybe better than average. Gun to my head, driving with my phone out, better than average. Potentially. But I wouldn't. I'm like probably the safest driver I know. And I'm like probably still the safest driver that like most of my friends know. I think if I asked everyone I knew IRL if they know anyone better and safer at driving than I, they would probably all say no. And I'm not trying to be like, you know, full of myself or like toot my own horn. It's just, I've seen people drive, okay? I've seen my friends drive. I've seen their friends drive. I've been in the car. I'm probably the best driver that anyone I know knows, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm following the rules of the road. I'm maintaining a brisk speed limit. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not blasting music. I'm keeping it at a respectable level for those in the car and those outside. I'm slowing down at the speed bumps. I'm a good driver, all right? I'm not like turning left onto a new road, but like breaching my lane by a couple inches so that the person in the other lane has to like move their car out of the way. I'm making adjustments for other cars that are worse at driving than me. I'm carrying the team on the road, basically. That's all I'm saying. And I don't get mad. I don't honk. I think the last time I honked was probably like as a joke to a friend, and like over a year ago. I don't think the button on my car that makes the honk happen has probably like rusted from disuse. You're the safest driver you know, which is bad. Oh no. I also get motion sickness easily, so I think I kind of also learned to like have like the empathy for other people who don't do well in cars, and so I'm you know, I'm like easing on the brakes at every stoplight when possible. I will say, as here's some reference point, to give you an idea of the competition for me. I drove somewhere to visit someone, okay? And I was like, oh, it took me like 2 hours to get here. And they were like, it took you 2 hours to get here? It takes me an hour and 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, I wonder if we take a different route. And they're like, I don't know. Like, how fast were you going? And I was like, I was 60. And they're like, oh, that's why. I'm probably going 80 the whole way. And I was like, I was on that road 5 minutes ago. There wasn't even a 70. It was all 60. What do you mean you're going 80 the whole way? That's insane. And it was like, there's like, it's not like trafficless. It's not like it's not like the road from Cars where it's out in the middle of nowhere. I can't, man. It drives me crazy. I feel like I don't ever want to be in a car that someone else is driving ever again. No smack talk to everyone. I'm just, if anyone goes fast, I'm just saying I'm like a by the books driver, all right? That's why I'm so good at Mario Kart. I keep it simple. When you started driving, your instructor said you were the safest driver he'd ever seen. That's like a red flag for your like zip code. Do not enter the road without fear. Your whole zip code has been compromised. I say zip code like there's zip codes everywhere. What is a zip code? Your whole your city has been compromised. Your 100-mile radius is under threat. Yeah, driving for me, like I don't get motion sickness anymore. 90% of my motion sickness also comes from like if the car smells like a car. And I know you're gonna be like, how does a car not smell like a car? Don't know, but mine doesn't. That's all I gotta say. I don't know if people are using like the same cleaning product on their seats and I'm just like not or something. My car does not smell like a car. I feel like everyone wants their car to smell like a car, but my car just smells like nothing, which is better, in my opinion. New car smells exists for a reason. It's kind of like when people are doing like a home selling thing and they bake cookies because like people are more likely to buy the car for some reason if it smells like cookies or whatever. It smells like home. There's chaos on the runway. This is my chance. I love kicking the little seed around. No! Let me out of the chaos. Back of the pack is dangerous. Middle of the pack, even worse. Yeah, I don't know. I guess people are like going to a car wash and they're like, hey, could you give me like the new car special? And then the outside of the car gets washed and then someone goes in and just like sprays car cologne or something. Because if people are doing that, I didn't get the memo. And that's probably why my car doesn't smell bad. I can't stand that smell, whatever it is. It smells like seat. That's the only way I can describe it, is it smells like car seating. But then why doesn't mine? It makes no sense. But I can like open a car door and decide whether or not I'm gonna be nauseous based on like the first smell I get from it. 90% of the time. Also, no! Forgot I said anything. We're going. I might be able to get an okay place. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's tragic. Luigi? No chance. Boomerang time. No! I can do this! No. Top 10, top 10. It was indeed over. Hey, thanks for watching to the end. If you like what you saw and you want to support the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. I did this live at twitch.tv/pixelparakeet, so if you want to join in on the fun next time, you can check me out there. I hope to see you there. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time.